Watching the news on Galaxy TV, let's give you a reminder as we track stories that made headlines last week.
Now let's take you through a rundown of stories that made headlines during the week. On Monday, Nigeria recorded its second death from coronavirus COVID-19. The country's health minister, Dr. Sage Hanire, announced this on Monday during the presidential task force briefing on COVID-19 in Abuja, the nation's capital. The minister said 3 persons had so far been discharged after successful treatment, said the second fatality was recorded over the weekend, adding that the unidentified person was a patient who had severe underlying illnesses. Dr. Hanire said that the authorities have intensified contact tracing in line with the strategy to properly detect cases, isolate them, and follow up with the contacts, and also isolate and treat the infected to curb the spread.
Unless you have been tested in one of these 6 laboratories, your results are most likely not valid. If you think you fit the case definition of a suspect case, please call NCDC or your state hotline for immediate testing as the only way to ensure you get suitable treatment.
As of Monday, the 30th of March, Nigeria recorded 111 confirmed cases of COVID-19, of which 68 were in Lagos, 21 in the FCT, 7 in Oyo, 3 in Ogun State, 2 in Bauchi, 2 in Edo State, 2 in Osun State, 2 in Enugu, and 1 each in Benue, Ekiti, Kaduna, and Rivers State. In the meantime, the Defense Headquarters says the Nigerian military is ready to implement the restriction of movement in Lagos, Abuja, and Ogun State as directed by President Muhammadu Buhari to curtail the spread of coronavirus COVID-19 in the country. Coordinator of Defense Media Operations, Major General John Eneche, disclosed this while addressing a news conference in Abuja. Eneche said the Nigerian military is ready to enforce the presidential directive on the fight against the coronavirus pandemic in the country. He said that penalty for those who would flaunt the restriction order will be handled by the police, adding that military personnel had been adequately trained on how to perform their duties.
On this note, I wish to express that the High Command of the Nigerian military hereby solicit for the support of the general public in this trying period of the fight against COVID-19. And this can only be achieved by adhering to all the medical and administrative guidelines being provided by government at all levels.
On Tuesday, March 31st, 8 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in Nigeria. 3 were recorded in Abuja, 3 in Osun State, and 1 in Lagos State, and 1 in Ogun State. This, according to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, made the total number of confirmed cases to 139 reported in Nigeria, with 9 recovered and 2 deaths. In response to this, the Lagos State government assured residents of its determination to curb the spread of the virus. At a briefing on Tuesday, he announced that most of the cases in the state are not severe, as they are not in need of ventilators. The Lagos State Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, gave a breakdown of the situation in the state. The Health Commissioner, while assuring of the capacity of doctors and health experts, also said the state is endowed with a large number of medical practitioners, with volunteers also undergoing various training to help fight the spread of the virus.
Most of our patients are experiencing a very mild to moderate degree of illness. In fact, we don't have anybody that's requiring ventilation at the moment, which is a symptom of what we would describe as severe disease. So if we were to put some percentages on those 66, I would estimate that about 33 of the 66 are mild, and about 33 are showing moderate disease, just characterized by severe fever, feeling weak, some coughing, and headache and body pains.
As the country marked a new month, April 1st, 23 new cases of the COVID-19 were reported in Nigeria, bringing the total number of infections in the country to 174. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, disclosed the new figures in a tweet on Wednesday in its latest update on the disease at 8 p.m. of the 23 cases. 9 were in Lagos, 7 in the FCT, 5 in Akwa Ibom, while Kaduna and Bauchi recorded 1 case each. This came few days after President Muhammadu Buhari ordered the restriction of movement in Lagos, Abuja and Ogun State. President Buhari had made the declaration as part of measures to curtail the spread of the coronavirus in the state. In the meantime, Oyo State declared that its infectious disease center, located at Olodo area of Ibadan, will open for operation on Monday. The acting head of the Oyo State COVID-19 Task Force, Professor Temitope Alonge, who made the disclosure after the inspection of the center, stated that 60 general beds are on ground at the center with some protective equipment. It disclosed that the center is almost ready for operations, stressing that the first set of patients will be moved in on Monday, April 6th.
The equipment that we have on ground will suffice for high dependency unit and the general care. But within the next 48 hours, we'll then have all the full complement for the intensive care unit, which are the ventilators and the infusion pumps, patient monitors, and suction machines.
And on Thursday, President Muhammadu Buhari directed the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning to ensure prompt and continuous payment of workers' salaries to enable them meet demands of the stay-at-home order. The President was speaking when he hosted the Presidential Committee on Review of the Impact of the Coronavirus on the Economy at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Thursday. The President also directed the ministry to ensure that critical infrastructure like roads, rails are protected and as much as possible use local units so that the country retains value within our economy. He also asked the ministry to ensure that measures that protect the poor and the vulnerable remain in place. Meanwhile, Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, who also attended the meeting, said the economy is not looking as simple as envisaged. He said the effect of the COVID-19 is affecting the global economy and may even lead to recession globally. Meanwhile, the lockdown in Delta State on Thursday claimed its first casualty as a soldier from the 3 Battalion of the Nigerian Army shot and killed a middle-aged man named Joseph Pesu at Ugwogwane community in Warri local government area of Delta State. The young man, according to community sources, was driving a black car without a plate number towards the NPA expressway in Warri and was flagged down by military personnel but refused to stop even as his rear tire was short. The father of 2 was said to have been killed after he came out from his car and was shot at repeatedly by one of the soldiers when he was running and died on the spot. This led to the beating of 2 naval ratings who escaped death by the whiskers by irate youths while their bike was set ablaze. Police area commander in Warri, Mohammed Garba, confirmed the killing and said the soldier ran to the station to report the incident, which according to the soldier, he mistook the man for an armed robber as he ran out of his car. The remains of the deceased is said to have been deposited at the Warri Central Hospital mortuary. On Friday, as a lockdown imposed by President Muhammadu Buhari to curb the spread of coronavirus entered day 4 in Lagos, residents of the state lamented the adverse effect of the stay-at-home order. Although some of the residents had lauded the new guidelines relaxing the lockdown to enable them shop for essential items between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., others expressed sadness over increase in the prices of food items. Some of the residents and traders who spoke with Galaxy News lamented the untold hardship the lockdown was inflicting on them. They also expressed displeasure over alleged claim that the coronavirus stimulus package for residents is yet to get to them as promised. While appealing to the federal and Lagos state governments to come to their aid, they wanted the basic amenities provided at this period and for relevant government agencies to check the rise in prices of foodstuff. Others also urged government to ensure the provision of adequate security to citizens during the lockdown. In the meantime, the chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, called on security agencies to discharge the enforcement stay-at-home order by President Muhammadu Buhari with high level of professionalism. He lamented reports of human rights abuses by security agencies, saying the presidential directive must be carried out with high sense of professionalism. While the number of confirmed cases of coronavirus in Nigeria was on the rise, with Lagos and the FCT having the highest numbers, the Ministry of Health, Osage Hanire, announced that the country will in a matter of days take delivery of medical equipment such as ventilators, commodities and protective gears from China to boost the fight against COVID-19 in the country. Minister Hanire stated that the equipment, which was donated by a group of Chinese companies in Nigeria, will also be accompanied by an 18-man team of Chinese medical experts to the country. NCDC DG also confirmed that 4,000 people had so far been tested. Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Onyema also gave hint on plans to evacuate Nigerians abroad. And that's a rundown of stories that made headlines during the week.